Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, if you're a big fan of Truist Bank, okay, many of you all may not know, okay, they have a lot of changes going on, all right? And some of those changes are good and some of them are bad. And I'll tell you the good thing, all right? When you apply for a credit card with Truist now, okay, you can use that same hard inquiry, right? Now, Truist pulls Equifax FICO 8. All right. Now, here's the thing about it. This is where things are going to switch gears. All right. And I've been telling people this. A lot more banks are wanting you to have a relationship with them. So the situation with Truist is that for a business credit card, they're trying to force you to have a relationship with them for at least 90 days, okay, for a business credit card. And it gets worse than that, okay? Now, here's the thing about it. On the personal side, you still can apply for a credit card with them. However, this is the thing about it. You're going to get lower limits, all right? And so where people used to brag about, oh, they gave me 10,000, 15,000, well, not anymore, okay? Because what they're doing now, you have to prove your income. Where it used to be stated income, now, they're, especially on the business side, they're wanting you to prove your income. So on the personal side, they still have that flexibility. But again, I always told you guys, whenever you're trying to get higher limit credit cards and you have decent credit, do not apply for the first 90 days. The first 90 days, you want to open up a savings account and a checking account and possibly a CD or a money market account. And then if you're trying to go for their business credit cards, make sure you open up a business checking account, having multiple accounts with them. However, not applying for 90 days. All right. I've been saying this. And so now it's starting to become more of a reality for people, especially people that had been stating their income. Because I told people last year that when Truist started looking at some of these accounts, when they was giving out these business loans and high limit credit cards and stuff, then they would go back and they would ask people, hey, let me see your taxes, right? Because here's the reason why. Because they see that these people were not making any deposits in those checking accounts. If they were like very small amounts. They were just running up the credit cards, all right? Or they was maxing out the loans and stuff. And then they would start to default on them. So like, here's another thing that's gonna hurt a lot of people. Remember I told you all about having a business registered outside of the state you reside in, okay? Now, Truist, now they won't even, or they're not willing to open up a checking or savings or an account with you, period, if you do not reside in that state. So where you used to be able to have like a registered agent with an address in that state, and they will open up an account, they're starting to shut that water line off. All right. And I also told you all about these virtual addresses. This is also why a lot of more people are being flagged, is because when they set their business up, and I continue to tell people, when you use a virtual address and that virtual address has been reused, all right? And the people that have used that same virtual address, had they defaulted on credit cards or loans from different institutions, then institutions start flagging certain things. And one of the biggest things that they'll flag is that virtual address, okay? So even though you may be starting a brand new business, however, since that virtual address, okay, you need to understand this, since that virtual address is matching up with your new business, and that virtual address has been flagged, they are starting to not allow you to have a checking account with that address. That's the reason where it used to be you had to have a commercial address to get the maximum amount of funding. Well, because of the dynamics of what has happened in the economy, and since more people have started millions of dollar businesses out of their garages and stuff like that, they're no longer focusing on just that address. Okay? That's the reason I said use your physical address and then have all your mail going to a mailing address, not a P.O. box, right? However, again, with these virtual addresses, even like with that virtual address redress, okay? A lot of people use a lot of those addresses because they're in commercial locations. They're in Beverly Hills. They're in Manhattan, downtown, and all like it is in these real affluent areas, right? Because they was looking like, oh, they're not going to question this. Well, guess what? Now they are. So when you apply for that business credit card, okay, not only are they expecting, Truist is expecting for you to open up the checking account for 90 days. They may even ask you to allow them to do a 4506T. A 4506T, and people ain't understanding what they're saying. That means that they want to see your business taxes. So whatever revenue you said you made on that application, they're going to pull your business taxes to verify when was the last time you filed taxes and what was your annual sales and net profits. They're starting to do this. And this is why I tell you guys, and somebody was trying to tell me I wasn't correct about age corporations. I'll speak on that in a minute because I'm telling you, I've been in this game a long time, and I've been telling people this stuff is happening. If they're looking at real numbers, and if you don't have the real numbers to back it up, again, and they don't show those taxes, you're not getting that money, okay? If you get any money from them, trust me, they're going to give you the bare minimum. They're not going to give you as much money as it used to be because now they have all this new technology that tells them what are your average revenues. Okay, they're looking at what your average revenue. As a matter of fact, one of the credit cards that would be easy to get, right, is Capital on Tap, because all you would show is give them access to your bank account through Plaid, right? And then here's the killer. They'll approve you, EIN only. However, they will follow up and say, can you show me invoices? Also, can we do a 4506T on your taxes? So whatever numbers you put on that application, now they wanted to see tax records back it up. So that's the reason why I tell you guys, you have to be careful with dealing with these people that tells you, oh, just buy this chef corporation. I made a video on this, breaking this down yesterday, telling you, oh, buy a chef corporation. You can get funding. The thing about it, again, with Truist, if that chef corporation address is out of state, even if you use a registered agent address, they're saying they will not open up the checking account, okay? This is why I continue to tell you, if you're going to start a business, you come out better starting it in your own state, okay? And the reason that the chef corporations fail a lot of people because the taxes hasn't been filed, no revenue has been in it, and there's no relationship with the financial institution. That's the reason, again, with Truist, they said they want to have at least 90 days, okay, of a relationship before you can apply for a business credit card, okay? So, again, it's your choice what you do with the information. I'm telling you, these people ain't playing. There's more technology that's starting to compile all of this information. Oh, by the way, you guys that took out those PPP loans, guess what? Now they have a new fraud department. And I'll make a separate video if you want to hear, type PPP below, because that video, I promise you, what's going to happen to a lot of people that thought they was out of the woods for fraud. Trust me, um this new DOJ fraud department that they done created, trust me, it's gonna affect a whole lot of people. All right. So I hope this video helps you. If you have any question about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.